Hey Edson, it's Mayor Kevin Zahara with another Town of Edson update on this Thursday. Still zero COVID-19 cases confirmed within the Town of Edson currently. Certainly great news. We've only had 2 active cases in the last 6 months. We should be incredibly proud of that fact. And I think it speaks to the efforts of our community to ensure that we are being safe, physically distancing, washing our hands regularly, avoiding mass gatherings as much as possible, and just taking those common sense measures. Of course, Town Council did pass a mask bylaw. It is not enacted, and we certainly hope that it won't have to be enacted. It sets thresholds, so anything over 10 cases will be assessed on whether or not a mask bylaw should be instituted. Masks should be mandatory, but that's only going to occur if we see a situation in which there's a high risk of community spread, and it'll be assessed on a regular basis. So if those numbers drop or new information comes into light, it could be canceled at any time. But we really felt it was necessary to be prepared in case there is an outbreak in our community. Now, I have to say that if we have 10 cases in our community at any one time, that's going to be quite significant. Considering in the last 6 months, we've only had 2 overall. And there's cities out there with hundreds of thousands of people that only have a handful of cases at any one time. So for us to reach that threshold, going to be pretty significant. And it's going to indicate that there's some situation going on in the community and more aggressive actions need to be taken. I, like everybody else, and I think you would speak to most people on council, really don't like wearing masks if we don't have to. We certainly understand they're uncomfortable, not something that people want to do. I don't like wearing a mask, and I don't wear a mask unless I'm in a situation in which I can't physically distance, or if there's people around that are more vulnerable. So if I'm visiting somebody that's more elderly and has health issues, or if I know they have autoimmune disorders, I put on that mask, and I certainly hope that you will do so as well without having to be told to, and just do what you can to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Now, I know there's situations in which people may really not feel comfortable with that, and I certainly respect that, and certainly understand that there's also health issues and that sort of thing. If the mask bylaw does have to be enacted at some place down the road, we're really going to be focused on education, and that is going to be our focus, just encouraging the use of masks if we get into a higher risk threshold or a medium risk threshold. But once again, for us to reach that threshold, I think is going to be pretty significant. And at this point in time, with 0 cases, we don't see a need for it. And we certainly have no interest in instituting a mask bylaw if we don't have to. So I do thank everybody for their feedback and their commentary. I know there's lots of stuff on Facebook, and really the most effective way, and you'll get no argument from me, washing your hands and physically distancing. There's a lot of debate over masks, and I certainly understand that. And that's why we really don't want to have to go down that road unless we have to, unless cases warrant that someplace down in the future. There's also, I want to note, because there was some commentary online, there is an end date to this bylaw. So March 31st of next year, it goes off the books. Council can extend it if it is warranted at that time, but we'll have to see what the future holds. Of course, we're seeing more information, new information every day, and hopefully the case counts remain as they is. As they are currently within the town of Edson. Now, moving on to some more positive news. I, like everyone, am really tired of COVID-19 and just want to get back to business and getting back to normal. And we do have some great things going on in our community. I shared last week, we have a number of businesses that are opening up in our community. Fantastic to see. We have a lot of activity going on with, of course, TMX Pipeline, some other projects. We have Backwoods Energy working in our community, Bannister Pipelines, Midwest Pipelines. Cascade is also planning on getting started on construction of the power plant. So certainly great news in that regard. We do have construction going on West Haven Drive. They're currently rebuilding the base of part of that road. And the entire West Haven Drive, I've had questions about this. All of West Haven Drive is going to be repaved. Contractors are working extremely hard. We really want to get that done before school starts. So they are certainly working as fast as they can on that. I do want to thank the residents for their patience as we work on that project. And Phenomenal news yesterday. The federal government announced $20 million to the Edson and Yellowhead County multi-use facility project. That's the maximum amount that we could apply for, and we got it. And we're very excited about that. Getting a grant of that size for a community our size is huge. It's significant. And we're very excited about that. We'll have more information here in a few weeks with some further funding details. So do stay tuned for that. But certainly great news. And we're continuing on that project with our partners at Yellowhead County. Fantastic to see all levels of government working together. The Edson Pool is planned on getting reopened here next week. If you want to go utilize the pool, there are some rules in place, and you do have to, we do encourage booking ahead of time because we have limited spots available. Go to the Repsol Place Facebook page for all the details on that. You can also phone Repsol Place for further information. And of course, the ice is going to be going in here over the next couple of weeks as well for the start of minor hockey. So we're excited about seeing that facility reopened. The lobby is closed. So if you are going to be accessing the facility, you need to go straight to the pool after checking in with reception or into the arenas. There won't be any mingling or hanging around the lobby just due to all the precautions in place for COVID-19. And of course, we're following Alberta Health's recommendations. Also, want to note that if you can't go out or you don't feel comfortable going shopping or getting things out in the community, there is a free delivery service through the Friendship Center. You can contact them at 780-723-5494. It's absolutely free, and they will pick up your groceries, deliver them to your house, and they're getting about 20 or so deliveries per week currently. So that service is available. Pass on that information to anybody that might be in a more vulnerable situation or may not have the ability to go shopping and need some extra help. That service is available through the Edson Friendship Center. On that note, have a great week and a great weekend. We will have a further update for you next Thursday.